It is 12:46 in the morning, Sunday, and I don't think I've ever been this tired in my life. But I promised I would vlog about my experience, and let me tell you, there's plenty to vlog about. So I will start at the very beginning. I have no idea how many videos there's going to be, but I know you'll enjoy these because there was lots of drama. um, really bad cough. I'm gonna try and contain it. Okay, so most of you that watch my channel knew that I was going to a Hanson concert today. Or yesterday. Saturday. And the concert was at 5:30, and I was going alone. It was my first time going alone, and I was kind of skeptical because, or not skeptical, it's weird, hesitant, because I was kind of worried about, like, being alone at a concert, you know, waiting in line for 5 hours. But I have a really outgoing personality, and I make friends with just about anybody. And I've always taken somebody, and they kind of take your attention. And even if they're not talking to you, they don't want you talking to someone else. I can't explain how nice it was to show up and just like start talking to people and not have any reason to not. Like that I have to entertain somebody. So it was really good. First of all, parking around the Staples Center is normally $15 to $25 parking for the day. I had the money, but I didn't want to spend it. I prayed before I left, and I said, I'm hoping this day works out for me. I'm hoping that it's a good day and a good time because I got the day off. So I'm going, and I take a wrong turn. And I don't know why I took the wrong turn because I knew exactly where I was going. But somehow I ended up on a side road around the Staples Center. And there's this guy with a giant yellow flag, and he said, come in here, there's parking. And I was like, how far are you from the Nokia? Club Nokia. And he's like, a block. He's like, you want to park here? And I was like, how much is it? And he's like, $5. And I was like, hold up. $5 for the day? Safe parking? He goes, yep, it's covered. Everything. I was like, okay. So I parked my car, I prayed, and I headed down to Club Nokia. So I rolled up to the club, and there were about 15 people there. And in the back of the line, there was these two girls. And I immediately started talking to them, and we became friends. And this blonde girl came over to me, and she's like, do you have a number? I was like, no. She's like, have you ever been to a Hanson concert before? And I said, no, this is my first one. And she's like, okay, so this is how it works. Basically, people have been here since 2 o'clock in the morning, but they weren't able to camp out here. So what we did was we distributed numbers. And everyone with a number we will organize the numbers, and everyone will get in that order. And I was like, okay. And she's like, so here's your number. And she wrote 68 on my hand. It's really faint because I wiped it off. But I was like, okay. And she's like, so you're number 68. I'm like, there's only 15 people here. She's like, oh, I know, they're on the walk. And I'm like, okay, not a problem. But then as I thought about it, I was like, hold up. Slowly, we were starting to see people show up and say, hey, how's this working? And she's like, well, you need a number. And basically, if you leave, you come back and say, here's my number, and you can get in line again. So it's kind of like reserving your spot. And what really ticked off us, I didn't catch their names, actually. She has my phone number, so she better text me. But the one girl was, like, really mad, and she's like, you know, we've been standing here for 2 hours already, and there's nobody been here. But these people are showing up, and they're going, and they're having dinner, and they'll be back at 5. So they don't have to wait in line. They're going to come back at 5 and expect it to have their spot there. So slowly I was getting agitated because people were coming and getting their numbers put in their hand, and they were leaving. Whereas I wasn't eating, I hadn't gone to the bathroom, and I had on my tennis shoes. I knew that I was going to have to stand in line to get into the concert. That's generally what happens at a concert. So we stood there talking a while, and then Cassie came, this girl named Cassie, and we told her what was going on, and she's like, well, that's really stupid. And I was like, exactly. So I was curious, and I was like, do you guys think I should go talk to the security guard? And they're like, you want to? And I'm like, do you want to know? And they're like, yeah, because we didn't think she was working for the venue. We thought she was just a fan. And so I went and got the security guard, and he was really nice and really helpful. And I was razzing him because I was like, can I ask you a question? Be all up in your face for a second? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I asked him, she works for the venue? Does she work for Hanson? I mean, or is she just a fan trying to get in our business? And he's like, talking about, I was like, the numbers. And he goes like, what numbers? And I was like, she's making everyone put numbers on their hands. He's like, what? Why? And I said, I don't know, something about like an honor system. And he's like, man, that don't work. He's like, numbers don't mean nothing. He goes, everyone's going to get it at the same time. This is the beginning of the world. The end of the world just happened. So he heard her telling another person about the number system and honoring the system. And he's like, I'll take care of it. I was like, okay, cool. So I walked away. And he walks over to the girl, and he starts talking to her. And she's like explaining the honor system. He goes, numbers don't work here. He's like, you can number everyone in this place. But when we tell you to get in line, the lines are going to happen. He goes, it doesn't matter what order you're in, because the minute you get in that door, it's a free-for-all. She's like, well, okay, so anyways, you're number 69. And it took like, there was like, I don't know, there was a group of girls. There was probably about 20 of them. And they were just like completely over the top. And Cassie and the three of the other two girls that we were hanging with were like, whatever. So the other two left to go to a Weezer signing. Lame, I know. But I stood with Cassie. And we were laughing about the whole situation because I got in front of one of the metal detectors, and I'm like, I'm not moving. Like, they cannot make me move. They can get mad at me and they can yell at me, but, I've been standing on my feet, not using the restroom, not eating, because I wanted to get here on time. It's general admission. You want to get in the pit, you have to stand in line. That's not fair for those of us who are standing in line all this time. I don't know what happened. Oh, they wanted to start lining people up. And their names were Katie and Mike. They were a couple. And Katie was in front of me. And then Mike he's a big guy. And he's like, what, so I can't get in because I don't have a number? And I was like, no. I said, the numbers mean nothing. Stand in your ground and don't move. Like, you guys have been here since I've been here. Don't move. And he's like, fine, I'm not moving. This is crazy. So we got the verification from the security. Security said, ignore them. They can't make you move. If there's any problems, come get one of us. I thought, I'm not going to cause problems. I'm just going to stand here. So I stood like this while everything was going on behind us. There was yelling. I think someone got pushed. And everyone cleared out but us. There were Katie, Mike, me, Cassie, Emily, and Rachel. So there was 7 of us standing there. And I will tell the rest in the next video. I hate YouTube sometimes.